Dear love judges, this is my story. I never imagined that love could feel like this. For the past 3 years, I have been in a relationship with Daniel. On paper, we are the perfect couple. He is handsome, well-spoken, and responsible. I am 28 years old, a working-class woman with a steady job and everything I need. I have a good life, a comfortable home, and financial stability. Yet, despite having everything I need, I feel trapped. Daniel has a temper. A severe one. It's something I never fully grasped until we were already deep into our relationship. It started with small things. Irritation over a delayed text, frustration when I spent time with my friends instead of him. Then it escalated. The first time I truly felt his wrath was in a supermarket. We were shopping together when a man approached me. He was a former colleague, someone I hadn't seen in years. Our conversation was brief. He asked how I was doing, if I was still working at the same company, and I responded politely. Just as I was about to introduce Daniel, he exploded. His voice rang out across the supermarket. "What the hell do you think you're doing?" Everyone turned to look at us. My heart pounded in my chest as I saw the fury in his eyes. Before I could say a word, he grabbed my arm and yanked me towards the exit. My colleague stood there, stunned. I heard murmurs from other shoppers, saw judgment in their eyes. Tears burned down my face as Daniel dragged me outside. He didn't care that I was crying. He didn't care that I was humiliated. All he said when we got into the car was, "You don't talk to other men when I'm around." I should have left then. But I didn't. The next major incident happened at church. I had stayed behind after the service for a youth meeting. Daniel was waiting for me in the car. I had told him beforehand that the meeting would take about 30 minutes. 20 minutes in, I heard my name being called loudly. I turned to see him standing at the entrance of the church, his face contorted with anger. "Let's go. Now." The entire youth group fell silent. The youth leader, a kind and understanding man, stepped forward. "Daniel, we are almost done. Can you give her a few more minutes?" That set him off. "Who do you think you are to tell me what to do with my woman?" Daniel snapped, stepping closer. "She's my fiancée, not yours." The youth leader tried to keep the situation calm, but Daniel was relentless. He raised his voice, throwing insults, dismissing anyone who tried to intervene. I stood there, mortified, tears threatening to fall. When we got into the car, he was silent for the entire drive to my home. I didn't go to church for weeks after that. These incidents became a pattern. Any time something upset him, he reacted with fury. If I tried to express my hurt, he would twist the situation, making me feel like I was the one at fault. If I cried, he would scoff and say I was too sensitive. If I asked for an apology, he would say, "A man does not apologize to a woman." We are 5 months away from our wedding. We've started marriage counseling. I sit in those sessions, nodding, smiling, pretending like everything is fine. But deep inside, I am suffocating. How did I get here? Daniel wasn't always this way, or at least he didn't show it in the beginning. When we first met, he was kind and charming. He made me feel special, like I was the most important person in his world. I believed he loved me. Maybe he does in his own way. But love should not feel like fear. Love should not feel like walking on eggshells, constantly wondering what might set him off next. My friends have noticed my unhappiness. I'm at a crossroads. I can't keep living like this, but walking away feels just as terrifying. We've built a life together. Our families are expecting a wedding. How do I tell them it's over? How do I face the disappointment, the judgment? And yet, if I stay, what kind of life will I have? I stare at my reflection in the mirror, searching for the woman I used to be. The one who laughed freely, who felt confident and loved. She is slipping away, fading beneath the weight of this relationship. I have everything I need. Everything but peace. And maybe, just maybe, that's a sign that I need to leave. Dear love judges, what do I do? I am confused.